Guys, how's it going? It's the Spanglers out here. Today we're talking about something different. We're going to talk to you about the top 10 best bass fisheries in California. Flat out the best, hands down fisheries. Now, that doesn't mean that other fisheries don't have, really good windows, periods where they fish extremely well, and that they're getting big fish out of other fisheries and lots of fish. We're talking about the most the best fisheries when you're looking for not only quality, you're looking for quantity, and lakes and fisheries that have the potential to put you on a trophy fish of a lifetime. A lot of fisheries don't have those fish. All right, guys, let's get started. Number one, I call it the Bass Factory. A lot of you know what I'm referring to. Clear Lake, California. Man, this thing has been producing big fish consistently forever. Clear Lake makes it look easy, and it fishes extremely easy. I mean, you go out there and you can get away with throwing a lot of just about anything a lot of days. And some days they're more selective and stuff like that, but there's just so many days on Clear Lake where, anything in the tackle box has got a good chance. There's a lot of fisheries where you can't say that. Clear Lake's diverse, and one little fun fact is it's the oldest lake in North America. It's not a man-made lake, and it's 3 million years old. I'll say that one more time. It's 3 million years old. Okay, Clear Lake. I mean, what else can I say? Big Bass Factory. Okay, so we're gonna move on to number two. Right next to, these are in no particular order, okay? Number two is gonna be Berryessa, located very close to Clear Lake, California. Now, Berryessa is definitely got a lot of trophy fish, but doesn't have as consistent, doesn't have as many as Clear Lake coming out. But as far as numbers, I know a lot of guys getting on 40 fish days, 30 fish days out there, especially in the winter time, and when these fish are stacked up and they're able to just use their fish finders, drop their bait down right over the heads of the fish, and just kind of entice whichever fish happens to be willing. So here's the deal, guys. Berryessa. One of the reasons I like this fishery is, it used to have, before Lake Pardee, the lake record smallmouth bass. So there's huge smallies, there's big largies, and it's very diverse. It's just a great fishery. So Berryessa would be number two. Number three, that's going to be Bullard's Bar. Now, Bullard's Bar is located, opposite side of California. It's a high elevation lake. It's a lot different. You've got basically crystal clear water. It's opposite of, in a lot of ways. It's extremely deep. Clear Lake's extremely shallow. So just it's a total different lake than a lot of those other lakes. But this is one of those lakes where you can not only get on trophies, big bass, but you can get on the biggest spotted bass in the world. It is the best fishery for spotted bass in the world. Now, it doesn't always fish great, and I've been talking to a lot of the locals a lot, and recently it's been really, really hard. And well, it's been hard for the last couple years, but then it's always been a hard fishery, okay? But you've got world records swimming around in there, so I mean, it's definitely worth your time. And there's other days where you just get on incredible numbers. You just get on 30, 40, 50, 60 fish, depends on how long you fish. It's a great fishery. Right next to that, we're going to talk about number four, and that's going to be Oroville, Lake Oroville. Now, a lot of people know this fishery as a small fish fishery. Recently, this place has been blowing up. I mean, the fish, the class of the fish are just much better. I was talking to some guys about a 9-pounder, a couple 7s. Fish in that lake, the spots are just taking off. So you got to give Oroville a try. Now, one of the things I love about that lake is you can also catch 20 fish like it's nothing every day. 1 second, guys. All right, thank you. So, number 5. We're going to talk about Lake Pardee. This is over in Central California. And this lake is in the valley, but it's extremely good. It's a foothill lake, crystal clear water, and it has, right now, the last 3 state record smallies were caught out of Lake Pardee. So it's got big smallmouth, trophy size and state record size, possibly world record in there, possibly. They've also got some really good good population of northern strain largemouth, but they really cap out around, well, let's just say getting a double digit out of there is extremely hard these days, and I guess always, yeah. So, you know, even a 5-pounder would be considered a very good fish out of Pardee right now, but that's a very good fishery. I actually had a 67 fish day this year there, so 67 fish, and some of those fish were really nice, so 3-4 pound smallies, so that's a fun day. So that's number 5, and number 6 is going to be Lake Comanche. Now, Lake Comanche is one of those lakes that gets a lot of traffic. By traffic, I just mean people. Wakeboarders, you're going to get kayakers, you're going to get float tubers, you're going to get swimmers, you're going to have boats that cruise and boats that are ripping water, and you're going to have boats that are towing, and you're going to have a lot going on. Jet skis. Gets crazy. But all that being said, it has Florida strain bass, and it's got monster bass. It's got a healthy fishery, and I'm telling you, every year for the next 5 years, mark my words, you will see that fishery get much better. In 5 years, say 8 years from now, I really think that Comanche's gonna be just pushing out monster-sized bags. Okay. So Comanche is on the come up, guys, and there's multiple factors for that. The next lake we're going to talk about is going to be number, I think we did 5, so we're on 6 or 7. I can't remember if we're on 6 or if we're on 7. Huh. Okay, well, there's Diamond Valley. Diamond Valley is an excellent, excellent fishery located in Southern California, and this particular fishery is loaded with big fish. Teeners come out of there, and it's also, you can have really good days. You can catch numbers, but not crazy numbers. But you can get on some monster bass, okay? You can get on some bass of a lifetime at Diamond Valley. So if you haven't been there, that's in the Southern California region, and that's just awesome. So the next one we're going to talk about, I think, is number 8, but I could be wrong here in my number. And that's going to be Lake Chabot. And one of the reasons I'm putting Lake Chabot, which is in Castro Valley, California, on this list is I know there is a 20+ pound largemouth bass, pure Florida strain, swimming in that lake. Last time I seen it caught, it was 19 pounds. That was almost 4 years ago. in my opinion right now, the reason that that's on my list is because I think there's a world record in there. I honestly do. I think there's a world record largemouth bass. It's a Florida strain, pure Florida strain lake. I'm telling you, it's got it. Okay, so that's the reason that's on the list. And because double digits out there are, well, fish are hard to catch, but double digits, man, they're left and right. So that's a huge positive. All right, guys. So we were talking about lake. I think we're on the 10th lake, but here's what we're going to do. I'll give you an extra one. But my 10th lake was Trinity Lake, California. You know, it's in the NorCal, but it's northeast in California. You know, it's up in that high Sierra, Clearwater. And they just have an excellent smallmouth fishery that you guys have to get on or get out there and check it out, fish it. If you haven't, you're missing out. Smallmouth are kind of interesting fish. They don't act like largemouth or spots or Floridas or, you know, whatever. They don't do that. And it's weird because sometimes they really come out to play, and a lot of other times, if you haven't figured everything out with smallmouth, it is very difficult to consistently get big smallmouth. Trinity Lake has smallmouth up to the 6-pound class, and they are in there thick. I mean, you know, if you know how to get them, and a lot of you do. So go out there, give it your all. Trinity Lake, California, got to check it out. And the last lake we're going to talk about, you know, because I can't remember if we did 10 or 11. Okay. Castaic, SoCal, Southern California. This lake, you know, is special to me because I believe the book I read said it's caught more teener bass than any other lake in California. Back when the hair jig was popular, you know, there were 17 to 19 pound fish being caught on hair jigs. So that was back, you know, in the 80s and stuff. But my Lord, even the early 90s, that fishery just produced. Right now, it's still got those same Florida strain lurking in the waters, and they do get big. The only downside right now is, you know, the numbers. You're not getting as many. But, man, it's a great fishery. And let me tell you why that fishery and all the fisheries in California and on the West Coast, but especially, really especially California, we've mismanaged the resources we have. We've mismanaged our, whatever it is, the state parks, the land. We've failed. Or California has failed, and all those, you know, Department of Fish and Wildlife or game, whatever you want to call them, they've really failed us. And there's been a lot of hatcheries for the last 3 years, maybe even up to 5, where I've just heard constantly about bacteria breakouts and, you know, all kinds of other things, oxygen issues. And I can't remember one time there was a large amount of fish just because something about the aerator, and I don't know. So there's a huge amount of reasons why we're losing a large amount of the fish that we've all paid with our permits to get those fish with our licenses. Those fish are paid for by us. They've mismanaged a lot of it, and we've lost, well, I would say 90, 80 or 90% this year of the fish they had. And, you know, last year they lost a large amount, say 50%. The year before wasn't good, and it's been terrible. So as long as those trout plants are the way they are, and we're not, you know, planting a lot of trout, it really hurts every fishery. You know, everything eats those trout, believe it or not just the bass and the striper, and the birds, but, you know, catfish will eat those. I mean, when they're hungry enough. And a lot of things, a lot of fish, even big browns and Mackinaw, you know, there's just so many species, and they'll eat those trout. Right now they're putting them in real small, the ones they are planting, if you've noticed, in California. But we're going to be wrapping this video up. I hope you guys learned something. We're trying to tell you where to spend your time. If you're going for numbers, you're going for quality, and you want that chance to add a trophy at the same time, something that you can fish of a lifetime stuff. You know, these are the fisheries you should spend a lot of time on if you can. That's the real thing. See, not everyone can afford to drive to Clear Lake if you don't live near Clear Lake all the time, or vice versa, Bullard's Bar, or, you know, vice versa, another place. You know, where you live, you have to kind of really say, what's my budget? What can I do? How far is practical in the long term if you fish a lot and stuff like that? Because that's what I've ran into is, you know, yeah, you could go here and there, but it's really difficult because, you know, financially. So stay tuned, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. We're going to come out with some more.